Y'all gotta check this out, man. LeBron freaking James done stepped to Stephen A. Smith. Cause Stephen A. Smith had some words about the play from his son. So Stephen A. Smith said, I didn't want to have to address this. I wouldn't have either had it not gone viral. Now I have no choice. At first take first at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Then the Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube. Some things just have to be said. And the headline says, go back to the headline. The headline says, LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith sharing some words after the game tonight. Looks like Bron's telling him, keep my son out of this ish. So let's see what happened.
Mad.
Stephen A. Smith, he was looking like, I be quiet when he, but when he leave, I be talking again. That's how Stephen A. Smith was looking.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what you feel about, I guess, LeBron doing that?
Man, I mean, you in the life, like, people gonna have their opinions about whatever you got going on. So you being a professional, like, you should know, like, people gonna have their own takes on the situation.
So what was his take on the situation? Let's see. Is this it right here?
Yeah.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James.
Dude, looking like
one of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of basketball, number 2 in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father.
Oh my God.
Stop this.
Stop what?
This. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffeys in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet. And I'm saying this.
But I ain't gonna lie, though. He ain't telling no lies, though.
Yeah, he ain't telling no lies, but I don't know. I just feel like, do you feel like it's his place to be saying these things?
Bro,
anyways?
This is his job. He's a sports analyst. Mm-hmm. The hottest topic is Bronny James. And looking over these stats, it's like, how can you ignore how he's playing?
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like being a sports analyst, it's your job to break down what's going on in the NBA.
Right.
It's important to break down what everybody's talking about. Everybody know, like, Bronny James got to the NBA because of his father. If nobody believe it, man, pull up what he averaged in college.
In college?
Yes. Bronny James in college, I think he went to USC. He averaged 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting 36% from the field, 26% from the field goal. and 67% from the free throw line in 25 games. And you telling me that deserves to go to the NBA?
But man, I don't know why everybody acting surprised. Like, y'all should know by now the NBA is a money gimmick. Like, that's all they care about. And like, truth be told, that may take away from the game. It may take away from people actually putting in the work and hustling, trying to get to that spot that Bronny has. But you also have to realize, like, Bronny not a bad player, and I can see how what people say can affect his game.
Yeah.
Because he have so much on his back that he trying to prove. And when you think about it, that can kind of get in your head too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people probably don't care like about like the mental aspect of a basketball player, but sometimes like people have to put you got to put your feet in other people's shoes, like what he may be dealing with, why he's not performing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't ask like how Bronny is doing.
Yeah.
Everybody always just looking at the number and seeing what he ain't doing.
Yeah.
But how can you be fair? Like, how can you judge him and you don't know him?
Yeah.
Like know what he going through. So I don't know. Maybe it's something mentally that can keep him from his numbers or like keep him from I guess meeting the expectations of other people.
Yeah. But I understand, like, I respect LeBron for putting his son in a situation. Like, it's no doubt about that. Like, put your son on. But the problem lies is it's millions of other players that could have had that 55th pick spot. Like, it's millions of players that averaging 20 points a game in college, and they putting all the work in, and they son only played 25 games after season, and he only averaged 4 points. He get to go to the league, and a lot of people like Stephen A. Smith probably feel like that's unfair for him to get that position, even though you LeBron James' son, because he haven't earned it. Why come he didn't stay another year to prove himself? Because other people I know doing a way better job than Bronny to get in the league, but they never get their chance. Shoot, even like Mac McClung, like, he would average like 14 points in college, and he didn't get looked at. He's still in the G League to this day. Yeah,
that's true. But I don't know. I just do you feel like when it comes to the NBA, it's just like a money thing? Like,
yeah, of course. Of course. If you average 4 points, 2 assists, you're not going to the league. You're not even gonna make it to the G League.
Yeah, but I feel what you're saying, where like a lot of people deserve that spot.
Yeah.
But what makes him not deserve it, although he's not putting up the points?
First of all,
besides him not putting up the points, why don't he deserve it?
Okay, he deserves some of it because he have put in the work in high school. He was a McDonald's All-American, so I can't say that. But you can't go from high school to the NBA no more. You got to go to college to prove yourself. But what makes him not deserving is because he didn't even play a full season.
But can you fault what a person has went through? I guess he had he had like a heart attack or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you fault him for life happening? Like, can you can't actually, like, I guess punish him? Be like, no, you're not gonna play because something tragically happened in your life. Although it's your job to still live, even when things like that happen.
Nah, you can't punish him, but it's life. Like the NBA, they don't care. Like, say like you in high school, you average 30 points a game, then you get to college and tear your ACL. Shoot, a person we know, Jalen Fisher, he almost could have went to the league, and guess what? He got hurt and he couldn't play basketball anymore. Do the NBA feel sorry for him? No, that's just part of life. But Bronny, like, a lot of people, it's hard on him because he actually had a second chance to making the NBA, but he didn't get a chance to prove himself that he's NBA worthy. So a lot of people putting all that weight on him because, okay, let's see what you gonna do. Even though he a second round pick, nobody don't expect nothing out of a second round pick. But it's like, you LeBron James' son, that title automatically alone puts pressure on your back.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like, why do people have to like label him as LeBron James' son? Yes, I know that that's his son, but it's like, why do people expect him to be like him in a way? Because it's not fair for Bronny James to go through, all this stuff that comes with, I guess, the NBA, which is, being in the media every day, or every time you don't perform, being in the media. So why do he have a harder job than other rookies that come in the league that people never talk about, that people, maybe if they have a bad season, like they don't get talked about. Yes, we know it's LeBron James' son, but why can't he get that same rookie treatment that some rookies get that don't even make it to their second year of season
This
in
facts.
NBA?
That's because he was blessed with a position. Like, I don't feel like he'll have that pressure on his back if he actually worked for his position. But since he's been granted that position and LeBron vouching for him like he's NBA ready, even though he hasn't showed he's NBA ready, now that put a curiosity in people's mind, like, let me see if he really NBA ready, because in college he ain't showed me nothing.
Yeah.
So let me see what he do in the NBA. Then in the NBA he not performing like he's an NBA talent, and people already have this higher expectation of you because your dad is vouching for you. It's like, man, he not even good, even though Bronny can hoop, he hooping. But it's like,
So okay, like you say he hooping. So why do your talent get taken away from you because you don't put up the numbers?
because
Like you have the skills, but you just not performing. Just like I guess
you got to think though, because you on a higher level. If somebody's telling you like this is your big break, you're on this type of level, a lot of people want to see that expectation. Are you gonna bend or are you gonna fold? Because I didn't see you make that level in college. So your dad saying that you on this type of level, let's see it. And
Right.
that's what people expecting. But they expecting him to average like 20 some points a game or something. But all in all, it's like he is a second round pick. He do need development, but it's like people not trying to hear that. They just
Right.
want to see what he gonna do.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
true.
like Lonzo Ball a couple years ago. Like his dad saying he the best and he the best. He should be the number one pick. He gonna make all these people on the Lakers look better. And it's like you saying all of that. People want to see you prove it. People
Right.
want to see him go out there and perform.
yeah, that's true.
But
But-
let's see what Stephen A. Smith actually responded to what happened at the game with LeBron James on his show. So let's see what he had to say about the situation.
And apparently he feels like I was slighting his son. Now let me tell you what I feel. What I would have said if we were in a different environment, because I was not going to engage in a confrontation at that particular moment in that setting. But if we had had that conversation, I would have said to LeBron James, I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you, meaning you, LeBron James. I have nothing but the best wishes for Bronny James. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he flourishes into an NBA star. Usually in other sports, we see all-stars, and on occasion, we'll see their children become stars as well. That doesn't really happen with the NBA. We were talking about him. He was percolating to such a degree that the Bronny James stories had gone viral. And so we had to talk about it. And when I said the things that I said, I wasn't talking about Bronny James because my attitude is he's a rookie. It's going to take some time for him to get himself together. He'll be just fine, especially with J.J. Redick and the staff coaching him. I was talking about the position that he was put in by his dad. My point months ago was that because of who you are, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, in my estimation, there's an immense amount of pressure that comes with that for his son. And when he talked like that and what have you, anything that goes awry as it pertains to his son, there's going to be a microscopic eye, even more intensified, on Bronny James because of his dad. And that's when I was talking about, come on, man, this is the situation that you're putting him in. That's where I was coming from. I could be a bit more outspoken about it, but to be quite honest with you, to be in that moment, to have LeBron look at me the way that he did, for me to be a father of 2 daughters, for me to know what fathers, how much love fathers have for their children, and to hear what he had to say, it was all about his son. It was almost as if he was saying, you know, you and I, because he and I don't necessarily vibe, it's high and by, we keep it moving. Neither of us lose sleep over it, and it's been that way for years. But it was like he was saying, keep that between me and you. But I really understood where he was coming from. He was very, very upset. I could tell. He could have called me. I'd have came to see him. I'd have had a conversation with him. He could have been just as upset face-to-face, man-to-man, as opposed to being courtside at the game. I had no idea that everybody saw it until I woke up this morning. But it is what it is. In the end, like I said, I as a father, I get it.
But do you think Bronny should pay like attention to, I guess, like what's going on in the media, or like should he just continue to, I guess, just ignore it and I don't know.
But
just
it's
play
kind
his
of
game?
hard though, because
But how do you think that impact him as a player?
yeah, they do kind of impact you as a player, because you got all these people in your ear,
Yes.
and either it's gonna make or break you, because like people want to see you perform, and it's gonna make you do stuff outside your character of what you do.
Right.
Because Bronny can score the ball, but he's more of a passive player. Like he like to
Right.
get his
Yeah.
team
That's what I'm
involved. But if you got people like, you need to score 20, you need to be more aggressive, that's gonna make him play out of his game. So it's like, what you supposed to do? All of that, it's like gonna mess up your confidence. It's like you don't know which route to take.
Right, that's true.
So I don't know, man.
It's a touchy situation, because it's like, do you feel for the player or do you feel for the game in a way?
It's hard because
Yeah, it is hard.
because the player didn't earn it. I would say he earned his spot to the college he went to, but he didn't earn his right to get to the NBA.
right.
But for the game wise, it's like it's people that's way better than him that didn't get their opportunity. So I know it's a lot of people that's mad, like, we didn't get our position, how he get his position.
Right.
And they seeing LeBron, because a lot of people don't have a dad that's
Right.
got pulled like that.
Right.
It's like they work their way up from the ground up
Yeah.
to get to that spot.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of hard to like accept that when you been grinding all this time.
That's right.
Do you feel like LeBron James wrong for stepping to Stephen A. Smith like that, even though this is his job though?
I feel like everybody can have an opinion and what they feel, about the situation.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe because he knows Stephen A. Smith, so he probably expected him not to say that. But you also have to put your personal, issues aside and realize that that's his job. So to answer your question, no, I don't think that's wrong of Stephen A. Smith to voice his opinion, and for LeBron to come up to him, it's kind of like giving like unprofessional in a way, because you can't like you not his boss. You can't run up and tell him like, you can't be saying this and that. Like you can't say that. So for him to, put himself in that position to make this, what a person says go so viral is crazy.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe I'm too harsh,
Right.
but I feel like sometimes as a father, you gotta let your son fight his own battles.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Yeah, you stepped up to Stephen A. Smith to defend your son, but let Bronny do it. But if Bronny feels some type of way, let him step up to him.
That's true.
But if Bronny don't have a chance to see Stephen A. Smith and you see him, then that's cool. But
Right.
I just feel like, I don't know, man. Bronny is a grown man. Like, let him fight his own battles. This is his journey. Like, you might retire
Right.
in 1 or 2 years. Like, this is his time to
shine.
to shine and feel everything out. So it's like,
So you feel like Bronny is kind of getting pacified?
on the sneak.
Bronny is a baby.
I feel like LeBron trying to protect him.
But you can't knock LeBron though. Like, it's your first nature, your second nature to be a father.
Yeah.
So I get it. But it's also like business. So it's like some things you gotta let him be like kind of like a man about, because he's growing up, and when LeBron is no longer around, he'll have to face those adversity. He'll have to face conflict. So he needs to know, like right now, like how to deal with situations instead of like always depending, like my father handled it. Like my father got it. So I feel like it's important as you grow older anyways to learn, how to approach certain situations. And you can be handicapping him in a way to by not allowing him to be that man that he need to be.
Do you feel like in this situation, as far as LeBron helping his son, getting to the NBA, do you feel like that's taking an opportunity away from somebody else, or do you feel like
Most definitely
nobody don't use that number 2 spot anyway, so you might as well let Bronny?
Well, if they have a
Get to
history
the-
of not using that number 2, then like people can't knock them. Like if you basically saying like the Lakers usually don't have a second round.
Like, nah, they have a second round pick, but usually the second round pick be kind of like a waste. It be kind of
yeah,
like,
that's
we
what I'm
don't-
saying. So it's like if this just like me on 2K. When I play 2K, I get all my star players that I want. Then other people is just niggas on the bench that fill up that fill up the spot. So it's like people be mad at them niggas that's just sitting on the bench keeping it warm?
Yeah.
That never clock in. So how can you be mad at a person that's actually trying to put in the numbers, a person that's actually trying to perform and meet people's expectations? So with that being said, it's like, you know, if you're coming from a business standpoint, I'd rather give it to someone that can potentially and eventually put up the numbers and also bring ticket sales and also bring jersey sales. So like I said, from the beginning, that was like a money move, which is, you know, fine because the NBA is what? A business.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like, I feel like a lot of people just got to mind their business and let them just do their business in a way.
I got a question. So if you was in Bronny's shoes, say like you remember he had the cardiac arrest in his heart, and you know your dad got the potential of putting you in the NBA, but you know you're not ready yet. You know you can develop more in college, but your dad like, oh son, I feel like you can go to the NBA. What would you do in this situation? Would you go to the NBA even though you know you're not ready and you're not prepared and you know you're not gonna get no playing time or nothing like that? Or
I feel like I'd take the opportunity because one thing about it, you don't ever know what the next second may hold. So if that's a big dream of yours, you can't possibly pass that up. Because while you're taking on the opportunity to be where you want to be, you can always work towards being better in that position. Yeah. That's just like when you start a position as a boss. Like, yeah, you take the position of as a boss, but you know you might not have all the qualities. And as you continue to perform, like you become a better boss. So I don't feel like this the end for him. It's only the end if he let people get in his head. He let what people say affect his game. So with that being said, I take the opportunity because that'll open your eyes up to see what you need to see now and grow mentally and skillfully on the court.
Do you think Stephen A. Smith was wrong for how he came at Bronny so I ain't gonna say harshly, but
no, I can't fault him because like I said, it's your job to say things sometimes to get people talking in a way. You know, people have to think like this man been doing this for a long time, so sometimes you know how to say the right things to spark conversation. People have to think about that also. Like, do you feel like a lot of people say things just to, you know, get people riled up or get people response?
Not his situation. I feel like he just doing his job. Like, this is the hottest topic everybody talking about. He probably ain't even want to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. Your job sometimes as a analyst is to kind of like exaggerate the situation.
But I wouldn't say he trying to get LeBron riled up so he can have a moment
No,
that.
not LeBron riled up. I'm just saying people, like, he trying to get the talk around, you know, just to become a thing, I guess. It's already a thing, but you know, you gotta exaggerate a little bit.
Because that's his job. Like, he gotta talk about like the hottest topic.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't ignore it. People telling you gotta talk about this, because that's how you get paid at the end of the day. So it's like you not talking bad about it. You not telling no lies about him.
He basically just stated the facts.
You just stating the facts. Or if it's not a fact, you just stating your opinion. You not disrespecting. As long as you not disrespecting somebody, I mean, it's okay to talk about a situation because in America, we got freedom of speech. We can say what we want. But as long as you respect the other person, I don't feel like nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like LeBron just being kind of a dad. You feel what I'm saying? Don't talk about my son. Like, so that's what I feel like LeBron felt in this situation.
Yeah, that's true. But y'all, thanks for stopping by Only the Real Podcast.
Remember to stay rich, educated, and legendary.
And be sure to subscribe and also comment your thoughts on if LeBron should have kept his cool and just stayed on the court playing his game.
Or he should have sprung on him.
Or he should have knocked him out like Draymond did. What's his name? Jordan Poole. All right, y'all, we out.
Peace.